Alright, so I have a lot going on. Where's the YJ, everybody keeps asking? Well, as you can see by the garage, I am selling almost everything. Got more for sale, but a lot is already gone. And the reason for that is because I got a new job. There it is, on my new trailer. So I was offered and accepted a job back on the East Coast in North Carolina. So I'm getting ready to sell everything, sell my house, pack up, and drive 3,000 miles back across the country to move home. I actually bought this trailer in preparation to tow my tractor all the way across the country, but I sold the tractor. So now I have a very big trailer that I'm just putting Jeeps on, but it's okay. So I got a couple more things I want to do for the LJ, and then it's ready to go. I got to put the steering on today, and I still got to finish wiring up the lockers. And it still needs a drive shaft in the front. So I haven't started the engine swap on the YJ because I sort of knew this was going to happen, and I didn't want to tear apart the YJ and have it in a million pieces and it not able to move on its own right before I try to sell my house and drive across the country. So I am keeping the YJ. I'm planning to keep the LJ. We'll see. I might, by the time this video's up, I might list it. I might list it for some like super high number and just see if anybody is interested in a really somewhat overpriced LJ, but one that is built correctly. And I'm probably going to sell my Mustang too. So if anybody wants a really, really nice SN95, hit me up. But the YJ is staying. I'm not getting rid of the YJ. That's going to be the Jeep that hopefully I keep forever, and it's the one that's been everywhere. Like, it's been to Moab, it's been to the Rubicon, it's been all up and down the East Coast, you know, that kind of cool stuff. So, still planning to build that and bring that one back. But I'm about to pull the steering off of this. I want to throw all of my scrap metal in the back of the truck, get rid of all my scrap metal, like today, and just have that off my list. Put the new steering on this, realign it, make sure it's good to go. There's a chance I'll drive this across the country, you know, as it is and not try to tow it, so we'll see. It'll need different wheels for that, but I'll cross that bridge when I get there. So this is my new trailer. This is a Big Tex 14 EB. This is a 14,000 pound trailer. The EB line is like their more affordable budget line of equipment trailers. So it's only got 6 stake pockets. It doesn't have rub rails or D-rings. But this is a super stout trailer, 20 feet long. This is quite a lot of trailer for my half ton, but the Rebel is rated to tow a little over 10,000 pounds. And this trailer with the LJ on it is only about 8,000 pounds. So it is well within its rated tow capability, but whenever I get back to the East Coast, I will be getting a truck that's a little more, you know, set up to tow 14,000 pounds. So the shop is looking super empty. It's making me really sad. I took down a lot of my banners and, you know, garage tins. Sold my press, sold my air compressor, sold my brake, sold a bunch of tools. I sold some hand tools. I'm going to be keeping most of them. And I sold my tube bender is gone. My smaller welder is gone. Definitely keeping the 211, and I'll keep my little plasma cutter, my little Amazon plasma cutter there. Sold a bunch of stuff off of this rack. I sold a floor jack. That cherry picker is still for sale and some other mess. So I got a lot going on at the moment, and I'm trying to do all this. You know, I'm trying to do all this in between showings of the house. So I have to keep the house looking nice, be ready to leave at any moment so that potential buyer can come look at the house. So a lot going on, and my wife is due with our second child in April. So in just a few more months. So hopefully that explains the lack of videos, particularly the lack of big YJ projects, but the YJ is coming back. It will happen. Alright, so I'm finally going to change my steering. I'm going to throw my Currectlync steering on here. The Curry steering is way, way beefier than this ZJ setup, so I'm looking forward to getting it swapped on. I'm going to see if I can just take everything off without even lifting the Jeep and taking the wheels off. I might regret that, but I'm going to give it a shot. Well, the cutter pins are coming out. It's a good start. I got a new steering stabilizer too. I guessed an 18 and that's what it is. There she is. So the instructions with the Curry track bar and steering and everything says to use the stock pitman arm for anything 4 inches and under. I am at 4 inches, so I'm going to keep using the stock pitman arm. I do have a drop pitman arm if I need it, but I think this is going to be just fine. So there you go. Look at the size difference between the ZJ steering and the Curry steering. It's much beefier, and the Curry steering is much, much heavier. So, alright, get that in the scrap pile, head to the scrapyard right now, pick this up later. Alright, so while I have the steering off, I think I'm going to try to center my front axle a little better. You can tell by this link that it's pushed over to the driver's side just a little, and there's a little bit of a bow in the spring as well. So I'm going to lengthen my track bar, and just now I noticed this. So that's not good. I'll go around with a torque wrench and check everything on the suspension, make sure everything else is okay. I also noticed this joint is in here crooked. So I guess that was my bad. I just didn't line it up very well. So I'll loosen this jam nut, straighten that out while I'm under here. Alright, see what happens. Huh. Got that run out a little. I'm gonna get a ratchet strap and try to pull this body over. Upgraded to a bigger ratchet strap, and that seems to have done the trick. So I'm gonna wind this out. This looks to be about perfect. Oh yeah. Huh. Something's not right. Oh, good. Stripping. Perfect. Okay, I ran a thread restorer over and through both of these because it wouldn't be one of my projects if I didn't have to fix some threads on something. I think the threads on the bolt were catching the inside of the track bar bracket. That feels better. Oh yeah, it's through. There's a torque spec for this. Okay, finally. 1.5 inches. So you come loose now. I'm gonna check the torque on the frame side too, just to make sure that hasn't loosened up. And then move on to the steering finally. Okay. They want you to like set all this up ahead of time and then take it apart later? I don't know. Alright, so this goes up this way. Damn, this is heavy. Okay, so I don't know the best way to do this. I'm just gonna start going for it. It's just factory style steering. How hard could it be? Wow, it actually lines up. Amazing. Haven't even adjusted anything yet. Uh-oh. Okay. Whoa! Look, it went right in. Okay, now I see why they wanted that on first. Okay, well, that's in. I just gotta tighten it all up, I guess. So all these tie rod ends go to 55 foot-pounds. Okay, cutter pins. Huh. Alright, so this one's tricky. This one you have to turn the tie rod in so that the cotter pin hole aligns with this groove, and of course mine is perfectly 90 degrees out from that, so I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. Well, I know how I'm supposed to do it, but I think I might have just made it a lot harder for myself. Alright, I got it lined up. I just grabbed it from the back with some channel locks and turned it. Okay, so now this gets 55 foot-pounds. Oh yeah, look at that. Sweet. Okay, well, everything is where it was in terms of like the toe and everything. So I'm just gonna make sure the steering wheel is straight. And it's not, but it's close. So I'll adjust that. That's the wrong way, of course. Of course. Okay, let's try that. There we go, that's good, okay. So I'll tighten those down to 40. All these jam nuts, actually, I'll go ahead and tighten to 40. And then we'll see how it drives. I gotta put the steering stabilizer on too, though. I am tired of working on this already. Okay, put some grease in these. Oh, wait, that's the wrong grease. Shoot. Gotta use Molly. Okay, here we go. Curry is very specific about using Molly grease on their components. So that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, steering's done. Just the steering stabilizer now. Alright, I am ready to be done. So I'm just going to throw this steering stabilizer in. This is a 7-inch throw on this stabilizer. So I've got it pulled out. The steering is in the middle, and I've got this pulled out to 3.5. So it should be right where it should, you know, right in the middle of where it should be. This is a lot of bracketry for just a steering stabilizer. Okay, this will not work. The picture I'm looking at is not the right one. It's for a much bigger axle with a different style steering, I guess. Like this? Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, that's way better. Man, imagine that. Okay, so this is the correct way. Alright, so I was editing this video and realized that I never recorded an outro for that. My garage door is banging around, it's so windy outside, but this is driving good. I think it is towed in a little too much. I don't know if I was twisting the tie rod when I was tightening the clamps down or whatever, so I am going to realign it again and make sure it's dialed. Curry actually says you might need to tow it out at this point if it has death wobble at a 16th towed in, so that's kind of weird to me, but we'll see how it is. So I don't even get to mark this off of my whiteboard because I have erased the whiteboard, unfortunately, but I still need to do the lockers, or wire the lockers in, and there's a couple small little things that it needs I need to take care of still, but that's one more thing done with the LJ. So I don't know what'll be next in terms of videos. Like I said, we're moving, so I'll work on things as I can, but I don't know when or what that'll be. So, but I will be back, and maybe I'll take this maybe I'll drive this all the way to the East Coast and take Route 66 on the way home. I don't know, we'll see. I'd like to do something cool like that if I can.